Obedience is not the absence of choice, it's the presence of trust. And here's a truth most parents miss. You can make your child obey you, either through fear or through connection. One works fast, the other lasts a lifetime. But how do you make your child want to listen to you? Not because they're afraid of punishment, but because they respect, trust, and believe in you. That's what we're diving into today. Because obedience without relationship leads to rebellion. But obedience with connection leads to growth. Section 1. The truth about obedience. Let's start with a simple truth. Every child wants to please their parent. That's hardwired into their brain. From birth, your child's nervous system is designed to seek connection, not control. Neuroscience calls this the attachment system, the emotional bridge that shapes how your child sees authority, trust, and cooperation. When this bridge is strong, your words carry weight, not because you shout louder, but because your child feels safe enough to follow your lead. But when the bridge is weak, when a child feels unseen, unheard, or unloved, even the smallest instruction becomes a battlefield. So obedience, in its purest form, is not about power, it's about emotional alignment. Section 2. Why children resist, the science behind defiance. When your child refuses to listen, it's not always disobedience. Sometimes it's a developmental cry for autonomy. Around age 2, the brain's prefrontal cortex, the center for reasoning and decision-making, starts developing. That's when the famous no phase begins. By age 7 and beyond, your child is learning independence, testing boundaries, and seeking identity. So when they push back, it's not always rebellion. Sometimes it's growth. But here's the mistake most parents make. They fight for control instead of fighting for connection. When you try to win every argument, you lose the relationship that makes obedience natural. Section 3. Shift from control to connection. Let's reframe obedience. Your goal isn't to raise a child who simply says, "Yes, Ma." Your goal is to raise a child who says, "Yes, because I trust you." Here are 5 scientifically proven strategies to help your child obey, willingly, respectfully, and consistently. Tip 1. Build the connection before you give the direction. Before correction comes connection. A child's brain listens best when it feels safe. If you shout, threaten, or shame, the amygdala, the brain's fear center, activates. When that happens, the thinking brain shuts down. So instead of saying, "Didn't I tell you to clean your room?" try, "Hey buddy, I know you've had a long day. Let's tackle this room together and then we'll rest." When your tone connects, your words command respect. Tip 2. Give choices within limits. Control breeds resistance, but freedom within boundaries breeds responsibility. Instead of "wear your shoes now," say, "Would you like to wear your sneakers or your sandals today?" When you give children choices, you engage their prefrontal cortex, which builds decision-making and self-control. You're not losing authority, you're teaching leadership. Tip 3. Be consistent, not perfect. Children obey when they can predict what will happen. Consistency creates emotional safety. If sometimes you shout, sometimes you ignore, and sometimes you laugh, your child learns to test limits. But when your words and actions match, your child learns trust. It's not about being a perfect parent. It's about being a predictable one. Tip 4. Model the obedience you want to see. Children don't obey what you say, they obey what you model. If you want your child to listen respectfully, let them see how you speak to your spouse, your driver, your house help, your colleagues. Your example is your loudest instruction. Because kids don't grow up to do what they're told, they grow up to become what they've seen. Tip 5. Use empathy, not anger. When your child disobeys, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, what is this behavior trying to tell me? Maybe your child is tired, maybe they feel disconnected, maybe they just need attention, not correction. Empathy doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. When you listen before you lecture, your child feels understood. And a child who feels understood will naturally follow your guidance. Section 4. Bonus insight. Turn obedience into ownership. The ultimate goal of parenting is not obedience, it's self-discipline. So whenever possible, involve your child in creating rules. Ask them, what do you think would be a fair bedtime? Or what should we do if homework isn't done on time? When children help make the rules, they don't just follow them, they own them. That's how you raise not just obedient kids, but responsible humans. Let's be honest. Every parent dreams of having an obedient child. But what your child needs even more is a connected parent. Because when love leads, obedience follows. When connection grows, cooperation flows. So don't just teach your child to obey you. Teach them to trust you. Teach them to understand you. And most importantly, teach them to obey the goodness within themselves. Remember this: rules without relationship lead to rebellion. Relationship with rules leads to respect. If this message touched your heart, share it with a parent who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we share research-backed insights to help you raise emotionally strong, responsible, and compassionate children.